My name's William Bowie. I grew up in Huntington Beach, California. My mom and dad were Buddhists. They were not very open to following Jesus, and it was always a choice that I never thought would be possible. To be honest, I didn't do well in school. I didn't graduate high school. My sister has always been great at school, and always chasing after her shadow or trying to do as good as her was very difficult for me. And so it got to a point where I just did not care about succeeding in that realm anymore. It was about getting attention my own way. I started following my friends a lot more, getting into drinking and partying and drugs, just not caring what my family or friends or anyone had to say. It was just a way to escape reality, being the life of the party or being the attention, being the one who could drink the most, do the most drugs, because that's what I got recognition for. It made me feel empty at the end of the day because it was short-lived. It was in that moment that you get cheers, and after that, you're feeling the damage of what you've done to yourself. I came to a point where I became very, very overweight also, so my internal health was terrible. My external health was also terrible. I was looking into anything but Christianity or Jesus. I didn't want to believe that there was something greater out there than me. There was a time where I left the country and I went to Mexico, and I was going mentally insane in the street. Cops all grabbed me and I was just fighting and kicking, and I thought I was superhuman. They brought me into the jail. I was in there for about 2.5 weeks, and every night I would scream because I wanted out. They chained me to a stretcher and they left me there for days where I was crying, screaming at the top of my lungs, wondering how could this happen to my life. In a weird way, I was thinking about Jesus a lot during that time because how he was nailed to the cross. Eventually, I got out, I left right away, no shoes. I didn't have a passport. I was sleeping on the streets, and out of nowhere, God sent me this man. He came up and asked me, what's going on? What's wrong with you? And I asked him, what do you do when the world's against you? What do you do when you can't trust anyone anymore? And he said, from this day forward, you trust God. If you have no one left, you trust that one person, God. And it changed my life. When I got back to the States, there was no money, I had no cell phone. In a way, God pushed me in a corner, was like, you're left with one opportunity to do whatever you want. I signed up for the gym that same day and I started going 3 times a day. I started taking care of myself, learning how to eat. Every day was just trusting in what he had for me if I kept on going at it. I was sent to community service for one of my cases, and they allowed me to either do Caltrans to pick up trash on the side of the road or to go to a few of these different churches. I looked at the name Friends Church, and so I started serving there, and I came and I kept on listening to the word and the pastors, and I fell in love with the community and the people, and it's been like that for 3 years now. I haven't left, and it was my place. I was planted there. I was sent there by God. It brought me closer to everyone else I know nowadays and brought me the best relationships I've ever had in my life. God has really transformed my life. People thought I died many years ago. They didn't believe that I came to Jesus and I changed my whole life around. I feel like my purpose now is to tell my story and lead everyone towards the cross, because the miracles I've seen in my own life could transform others' lives. At my lowest point, I don't think anything could have saved me from who I was and what I've done to my life. But there was something that was calling me, and that was Jesus. I went from a depressed, suicidal, drug addict to wanting to live for him. My name's William Bowie. I doubted who God was, and I doubted what he could do in my life. But he turned my life around, and he can do it for you too.